Clint Eastwood, born Clinton Eastwood Jr. on May 31, 1930 in San Francisco, California, emerged from humble beginnings. His childhood was shaped by the hardships of the Great Depression, with frequent moves across California as his family sought work. This transient lifestyle developed Eastwood's resilience and emotional self-reliance. A quiet, introspective child, he was more comfortable observing than speaking, traits that later defined his iconic on-screen persona. While working various jobs like lifeguard, lumberjack, and gas station attendant, Eastwood maintained an interest in music, particularly jazz and piano, which would influence his later filmmaking style. Though his career in acting didn't follow a linear path, Eastwood's tenacity led him to Hollywood. After a stint in the Army, he found himself pursuing acting, initially facing rejection before landing his breakthrough role on the TV series Rawhide in 1959. This steady work set the stage for his future in film, the transformation into a Hollywood icon. Eastwood's career took a transformative turn in the mid-1960s when he moved into Italian cinema and starred in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. These films revolutionized the Western genre and introduced his now iconic man with no name character, an enigmatic anti-hero who communicated through actions, not words. His laconic, emotionally restrained performances redefined masculinity on screen, and his power lay in subtlety rather than theatrics. The success of these films catapulted Eastwood to international stardom, allowing him the creative freedom to control his career. The next phase saw him return to Hollywood in the late 1960s, where films like Dirty Harry solidified his reputation as a tough, uncompromising enforcer of justice. The role sparked debate, but Eastwood remained committed to showing moral complexity through his characters, never allowing them to be reduced to ideological symbols. From actor to director, a new creative vision. By the 1970s, Clint Eastwood's career had expanded into directing. His directorial style was defined by restraint, simplicity, and a deep respect for his actors. He preferred minimal takes and natural lighting, allowing stories to unfold with subtlety and depth. Eastwood's films often explored themes of aging, regret, and redemption, which were rarely treated with such nuance in mainstream cinema. This more introspective approach would reach its peak with Unforgiven, 1992, a revisionist Western that dismantled the myths of heroism and violence in the genre. The film garnered critical acclaim, earning Eastwood Academy Awards for Best Director and Best Picture. His directorial success continued with a series of acclaimed films, such as Mystic River, $1 Million Baby, and Gran Torino. These films showcased his ability to tackle complex social issues while still maintaining a strong sense of moral ambiguity. The global influence and legacy of Clint Eastwood. Eastwood's impact on cinema was not limited to Hollywood. His work resonated internationally, earning him recognition and accolades from around the world. In 2000, the Venice Film Festival honored him with the Golden Lion for Lifetime Achievement, a prestigious award that celebrated his entire body of work. Additionally, Eastwood received the Legion of Honor from France in 2007, placing him among an elite group of global figures whose achievements transcend borders. His influence on film was not just about box office success, but also about the way he shaped the industry's approach to storytelling. Eastwood's films consistently challenged audiences to reflect on their values, often offering morally complex characters that defied easy categorization. His contributions to film have made him an enduring figure, admired not only for his work, but also for his commitment to honesty in art. The complexities of Clint Eastwood's personal life. Eastwood's personal life, particularly his marriage to Margaret Maggie Neville Johnson, was as complex as his career. The two met in 1953 when Eastwood was still struggling to make a name for himself in Hollywood. At the time, he was working various odd jobs while pursuing acting opportunities. Maggie was a grounded and stable figure during a period of uncertainty in Eastwood's life. Their marriage, which began in 1953, would last over 3 decades, but not without its challenges. As Eastwood's fame grew, so did the pressures on their relationship. His demanding work schedule, frequent separations, and well-documented infidelities put a strain on the marriage. Despite these difficulties, they remained legally married for many years, and Maggie played a significant role in raising their children. Though the marriage ended in divorce in 1984, Maggie Johnson remained an important figure in Eastwood's life and helped shape his understanding of family and responsibility. Clint Eastwood's reflection on Hollywood and the changing industry. At 95, Clint Eastwood's reflections on the film industry are shaped by his experiences across 7 decades in Hollywood. One of the major shifts Eastwood observes is the growing sense of ideological division within the industry, which he believes has replaced the curiosity that once defined filmmaking. In his view, filmmakers like Rob Reiner, though talented, have become emblematic of a Hollywood culture that emphasizes certainty over creativity. Eastwood suggests that today's industry values conformity, with filmmakers and entertainers feeling pressured to align with approved opinions, sometimes at the cost of genuine artistic expression. For Eastwood, art should provoke thought, not preach a particular viewpoint. He contrasts his approach with that of Reiner, stating that he prefers to ask questions rather than provide answers. This philosophical divide highlights Eastwood's belief that Hollywood's golden age was marked by creative friction, where differing worldviews could coexist and contribute to a richer, more diverse film culture. A life beyond controversy. Clint Eastwood's legacy. While Eastwood has been a polarizing figure in some of his personal and professional decisions, he has never shied away from difficult subjects or controversy. His commitment to telling honest stories remains at the core of his artistic philosophy. Reflecting on his long career, Eastwood emphasizes that his films have always been designed to make audiences uncomfortable rather than reaffirm their beliefs. He argues that moral certainty is dangerous for art because it limits the possibility of meaningful exploration. In a time when the film industry seems increasingly focused on ideological battles, Eastwood's legacy stands as a reminder of the power of storytelling that asks questions rather than providing answers. For him, the true purpose of cinema is not to dictate how people should think, but to hold up a mirror to society, allowing viewers to see themselves as they are, flaws and all. As Eastwood continues to reflect on his career, it is clear that his commitment to artistic integrity will define his lasting influence on the world of film. The enduring influence of Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood's influence on both film and culture cannot be overstated. Throughout his career, Eastwood has consistently pushed the boundaries of what cinema can achieve, blending action, drama, and deep moral reflection. His approach to filmmaking, characterized by a preference for subtlety over spectacle, has earned him respect not just in Hollywood, but around the world. Eastwood's ability to tackle complex themes like violence, redemption, and aging with nuance and restraint set him apart from many of his contemporaries. His directorial work, in particular, has been lauded for its simplicity and emotional depth, and films like Unforgiven and $1 Million Baby have become staples of American cinema. As Eastwood looks back on his life and career, his legacy is secure, not only because of his achievements, but because of the enduring influence he has had on filmmakers and audiences alike. For Clint Eastwood, storytelling remains the most powerful tool for exploring the human condition,